No, so when a chef makes something which is not saleable but people appreciate and he gets into that cloud, that's where I find it funny and redundant.
Satya Vachan. Satya Vachan. Most of our viewers are already familiar with who you are. So, Karan is the CEO, the founder, the promoter, and the visionary behind Ghost Kitchens. But before I go ahead, because I know what's Ghost Kitchens is, you had a question, and I said, don't ask me. It'd be better to ask the man himself. Without making it sound pitchy. So she's going to ask now.
So what is it?
Yeah, so
How did it begin and where did the idea come from?
Yeah, okay. I'll take a step back and explain what Ghost Kitchens means.
Right.
So, the context is in place. We all know food delivery is growing like anything last few years. And because the food deliveries are growing, the restaurants that we see online are internet restaurants. Now, because they are internet restaurants, they did not have a retail face. So that's why they are prepared in a kitchen which is like on the second floor or behind in some lane to have a cheaper real estate. And they are called cloud kitchens, virtual kitchens, dark kitchens, ghost kitchens. All are synonyms. So as the name suggests, I am into the food delivery business. So before Ghost Kitchens, I start from the start. I used to work for, I'm an automobile engineer, used to work for General Motors India, followed by McKinsey and Company. That's where the discussion about being structured and so on and so forth. He's ex-McKinsey too. And then I quit the job to start a restaurant of my own in Ahmedabad. It was a 180-seater restaurant, quite a bold move. But, I started it because I thought I'll become famous. It's glamorous. People will start knowing me. I was single. All of that happened, but it did not yield the, destination that I wanted. The journey was very stressful, but enjoyable. And I learnt ropes of F&B, right from how to hold a salver, because I had taken a franchise of a very popular chain from Baroda. So, they trained us, trained my staff, and I used to bark orders and I learnt about F&B. But unfortunately, within a year, since I did not invest money, it was invested by my partner who was my friend. We had to split the business. There were some differences and I retained the back-end commissary or bakery. From there, I hustled, started supplying B2B to Sodexos, 5-star hotels, breads, puff, such stuff. And encountered a potential client by the name of Kachhi King. So Kachhi King was started by a couple who were hawkers for almost 15 years of their lives. And they had started this Dabeli retail outlet and they were getting amazing response, lot of franchise inquiries. And we met them a few times to supply breads, but the conversations brewed, hearts matched. And they told me that why don't you come on board and let's grow the brand together. I thought it was a great opportunity. So I bartered my kitchen for equity in Kachhi King because, nor me nor they understood about valuations, equity structuring. So we just wanted to grow the brand and we grew to 200 plus stores in 3 years, all in Gujarat. We did open in Maharashtra, but we were not...
The scale of that is mind-boggling. 200 stores.
Exactly.
And all in Gujarat.
All in Gujarat.
Yeah. So, to draw the context, we have some stores in tier 3, tier 4s where the population is 1.5 lakhs only of towns or villages. So, which means that the potential of penetration in India is immense. It's insane.
Mind-boggling, man.
So, since this is a food forum and we talk about the food market in India, no one can actually predict that what is the food market because 70% of the food market is still unorganized. And 30% of market, some say it is $30 billion, some say it is $40 billion. So, imagine the total food service market.
Is massive.
Yeah. So then I exited that business. I moved to Mumbai and we started India's first food and beverage franchise management company. So again, to solve a problem of scalability. So the question in my mind was that why doesn't India have its own McDonald's? We have such a great captive consumption audience. We say that our population is 150 crores, but the paying population is actually 30 to 40 crores. So in spite of that, we don't have a chain that is even 1,000 stores. At that time, CCD was the one that had more than 1,000 stores. So huge opportunity. And historically, if you see brands like McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Starbucks, in a couple of decades after their birth, all grew through franchising. And franchising is a beautiful vehicle because it not only solves for capital but mainly human resource, which is very, very pivotal in a business like F&B.
Right.
So you have a company which gives you the IPs and then you have a human resource at the outlet who manages that because they have skin in the game. So nothing more beautiful than that partnership. But in India, the market is not regulated.
Right.
That's why we don't see companies doing organized franchising. In US, if you want to franchise, you need to run the outlet for 3 years. You need to present a lot of documentation, your P&Ls. So you need to be credible enough and earn yourself a status to be a franchisor. Here, even before opening your first outlet, you can make a brand on a brochure and start franchising. And that's why it is not sustainable and bad named. So we wanted to solve for that. We organized F&B franchising, put best practices in place, and we grew 10 branches to 120 stores in 3 years. And then my partner, who was Franchisee India, it's one of the leading franchising companies.
Can I hold you for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Because I need to explain to some of the folks because we are now back in, we are in our both lingo world.
Yeah.
So just to explain, anybody who has a brand and you think you can go scale up from 1 to 2 to 3 and then go into 10, 15, 20, you would go to somebody like Ghost Kitchen and say, okay, you handle all my production, you handle all the back end, you handle all the delivery management, all the systems, I just operate them. Or I just give you the brand franchise. I just want to explain that gap.
So in Ghost Kitchens, all the brands are owned by us.
Right.
So, when I started out Ghost Kitchens, we started building our brands and we started to scale it on our own. So we used to open our own kitchens. We used to start all the brands in that kitchen. And then we listed it on aggregators in that hyper local area. So let's say if there is Bandra in Mumbai and we have a kitchen there. So in Bandra Khar area, our brands will be seen on aggregators and customers will place an order. The order will go into our kitchen. The aggregator rider will come and pick the order up. So we started growing like that. Come 2021, we realized that we know how to generate demand on our brands. Our brands are pretty well known in aggregators. So in aggregators, you see some brands on top, some brands at bottom. It's because they have an algorithm because of which that happens. I'm not going deep into it, but we knew what are the factors that affect algorithm, and hence we could generate organic orders. So we decided that there are a lot of restaurants, thousands of restaurants, mom and pops, cloud kitchens that are not able to deal with Swiggy's and Zomatos of the world. I mean, even in the forum, I heard a lot of chefs say that we don't know how this works. We have never done business on Swiggy, Zomato. They hate Swiggy, Zomato only for a reason because it's different than what they do, right? It's not their expertise or not the area of their interest. So we now license our brands to existing kitchens that has underutilized capacity. So let's say in Gwalior, there is a restaurant that has underutilized capacity, which means his equipments are underutilized, his manpower is underutilized, and he is himself not able to generate enough food delivery orders. So what we go and tell him is that you plug my brands in your kitchen, which means that in the hyper-local area, 3-4 kilometers radius of his outlet, our brands will be seen on Swiggy, Zomato. Customer will place the order on our brand, let's say Starboy Pizza. The order will be relayed through our technology to the kitchen in Gwalior, let's say Gwalior Cafe.
Right.
We also supply him material. So he just has to assemble the food. So we solve his problem of skilled manpower.
Right.
He does not have to depend on manpower for taste, consistency, standardization. He just has to assemble the food and hand it over to rider, and we share revenue. So that's how we help him to generate demand on aggregators. His problem of dealing with aggregators is gone. His problem of skilled manpower is gone. He just has to fulfill the order. So he becomes our fulfillment partner or a subcontractor.
Right.
So that's our business, and that's how we have helped a lot of restaurants grow. And there are many examples who were going to shut down, but because of our program, they could survive, thrive. And there are many restaurants, let's say, one example, there is a restaurant in Ahmedabad called Mumbai Masala. So they plugged our dessert brands, waffle, pancakes brands. And our sale increased much more than his retail store also. And now he has changed the name from Mumbai Masala to New York Waffles. So, it's a win-win partnership.
Right.
We grow in a capital efficient manner. We don't have risk. We don't have to put investment in all the kitchens. And the partner who has just encountered how to work with Swiggy, Zomato, because it's new, it's relatively new. He does not have to break his head on learning that game. Rather, we help him, we partner, and we grow.
You made some very interesting observations that really got the rest of the restaurateurs and chefs thinking. And one of the comments, I think, during one of the panel talks, I chuckled really hard in the back. I shouldn't have as a moderator, but I chuckled really hard, was if you're an artist in your food, you must be an artist in your business also. And if your business as a chef is just to cook, then you're a content creator, not a businessman. I could not agree more, because to survive and to create that art, you also have to be able to sell the damn thing. Otherwise, again, it's art for the sake of art.
Yeah.
So you had quite an impact on how a lot of people think, because they all came up and asked me, they're like, we have to think about these things. Because we have a lot of chefs who are doing amazing food, but are not being able to keep their restaurants open. Or haven't really scaled up to where they thought they would. I, in fact, had another conversation with a chef who wasn't quite sure where she wants to go with it. Is it a lifestyle company? Is it a scaling company? If you think you're going to make 3-4 lakhs a month and you're happy with that, you content at night, that is absolutely fine. That's 80-90% of the economy. It's called a lifestyle choice. But there are those amongst us who this is not my battle. My battle is to score at a much higher level. And a funny conversation between us is one of his friends was, he's happy 5 lakhs a month. He's like, I don't even understand what that conversation starts and ends. So my dear friend from Gujarat, kicking ass, calling teeth, and just speaking the truth. But what I want to know is, what impact did you have while you were at Seeti? What did you feel that you take away from, let's say, slightly more artist-driven, chef-driven? Somebody said they hated that term.
Chef-driven, yes.
Chef-driven. But what is your impact? What do you think you take away as we close on the first kahani?
I by chance happen to be in the business of food that can scale, like Desi Chinese, pizzas, burgers, which is 95-98% of the business in India. So my drive was to grow a larger business, and hence I chose this path. But I equally appreciate and have an aspiration to open a restaurant which serves ingredient forward food, or which promotes culture or ingredient or whatever comes to my mind and inspires me at that particular point of time. So I really, I wouldn't say understand completely, but I really appreciate chefs doing it, and it takes a lot. I mean,
I think a lot of the forum and a lot of the chefs that we've brought on to Seeti for the first kahani are chefs that are not of the masses. They are elite restaurants.
They're targeting a very niche segment, right? Demographic that with a higher discretionary wallet.
For someone like, for me or Manish Mehrotra, for instance, for him to be able to serve even snippets of the kind of food he can produce, which is integral to Indian cuisine. Right, it's not influenced by French or plate. I mean,
like a dal Moradabadi that he can take it to how ITC had created a line of food,
but without actually doing it the ITC model in the sense of packaging
but do it more in the model
See, also Priya, we talk about Indian accent, right? Let's say cumulatively Anirban made an estimate that Indian accent and Comorin, which are though niche, but could be doing anywhere around 80 crore to 100 crore business, right? So that scale is obviously there today. And it has just started. Now they've opened a new Indian accent in Mumbai, right? It will add to the revenue substantially. They can open in Bangalore. So there is a scale of 2, 3, 400 crore, and then you diversify into different format like Comorin. So what I feel is that when a chef starts something with inspiration or with a vision to achieve something, let's say I want to help farmers of this region, or I want to make ingredients of this region popular, then he gets lost in his day-to-day hustle, and when he starts making some money after a lot of survival struggles, that money he does not want to let go of. So there is insecurity. Because if the vision is that I want to promote Kolkata food, the lost ingredients, then on that path, the scalability is still immense.
Right.
There is O Kolkata, but of course, there could be a better version of O Kolkata, which takes you back to the traditional recipes, etc. Right?
Right.
So why not do that? So on the path to promote Kolkata food, you have to be flexible to achieve that goal. But then you get too engrossed in your way of working in that one particular kitchen, because you have developed a certain guardrail that I will not do this, I will not do that. But then you tend to forget that my job or my vision was not to make this one shop successful. My vision is to make Kolkata food successful, and for that I will have to make this tweak. And then suddenly it becomes scalable.
Right.
Maybe not 1,000 crore company, but 100 crore, 50 crore.
Yeah.
So scalability is not only in terms of revenue, right? It's about
No. It's about exposure also.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So it's
the,
about,
the conversation is more on how do we expose them also to
Yeah.
the rest of India and
Yeah.
to other communities that are not necessarily visiting their restaurants.
Yeah.
Okay, one quick rapid fire. Amongst all the chefs you met, let's say everything aligned, who would you want to start a partnership with?
I mean, I won't feel shy in saying this, but why not Chef Manish Mehrotra, right? At some point of time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but
Makes
to start with, I think Tayaba and Sarposh are great examples. Both, really great stories, passionate.
Last time you whistled when you ate something. सीटी कब मारती है तो इतना अच्छा लगा. I think euphemism है किसी चीज के लिए, पर
Yeah,
इतना
of
अच्छा
course.
लगा कि क्योंकि कौन उठा के अब देखना everybody PTSD हो जाएगा सीटी से.
I think when I ate at Eka in Mumbai, that was CT-able food.
CT-able food.
Yeah, that was really
And when
nice.
was that? The latest menu that has come out?
No,
Or कितना
the
time
one
हो गया?
before this.
What do you think makes a chef or a food entrepreneur have his heads in the clouds?
No, so when a chef makes something which is not saleable but people appreciate and he gets into that cloud, that's where I find it funny and redundant.
Satyavachan. Satyavachan. What's the one thing a chef can learn about tech and marketing? Oh, baap re baap. Entire MBA तुम एक उसमें डाल रहे हो.
No, I
Question
think what chef can learn about tech and marketing is that tech changes. I mean, otherwise you'll be, you'll be the obsolete Kodak, obsolete Nokia, because tech makes chef's life so easy in terms of food cost management or recipe management or how much ever, wherever he wants to use it. So I think one thing that chefs need to change towards tech is their attitude towards tech.
Again, Satyavachan.
It's not scary.
Yeah. I'm happy. I think I'm done. I've got such great bites out of this young man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Karan.
Thank you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Woo.